All right, Kickstarters. There's some interesting ones that I want to talk about and hear about this week. Farlight. I don't know anything about any of your games, so talk to me about it.
Oh, I thought that. No, just all right. So Farlight is a dice rolling game. You're each different companies trying to be the next big space titan of industry and push humanity forward. And it's a dice engine, but the way it works is you actually you have your core, which will be your company, and you actually get upgrades, like most dice engine games. Is actually you're building a ship, so you actually have connection parts, so you might not be able to attach something.
When you say your parts are the dice themselves?
No, are the cards that might be like add this symbol or roll an extra,
okay.
Which I really like that because I thought it was sort of fun. It's not just like Machikoro. It's like, oh, I just have the sushi thing. That's like you just buy the ability or card. There is some sort of like if you recall, maybe a little bit like I'm blanking the building the space station. Among the Stars, like you actually think about placement and stuff. So you're actually like, because some of them might be dead end. Some might only go this way. So you're like, oh, maybe I want to put like.
So it's kind of not really a tech tree, but sort of like if you wanted to build something in a certain area, you'd have to kind of plan for that.
A little bit. It's not too bad. Seems like most of them are branch, but it's sort of fun. I just love the aspect of actually ending up with this weird ship that's like, well, I got like 6 engines over here in this, but that means I can do these great kind of rolls.
I guess Galaxy Truckers would be
right.
Like
that would probably be
similar kind of a thing, yeah.
And it only goes for about $25 if I recall for Kickstarter, which I thought was a pretty good deal for a dice engine kind of game.
What I liked that I noticed was that there's only one tier, $25, and that's it. That's what you get. I like when they have those simple buy it or don't.
This does come from GameSoup, so it's one of the you usually see
GameSoup.
those from the bigger companies. I think it's GameSoup unless I'm mixing it up.
I don't know, you might be.
Well, you can correct me. Cut it out then. But when you see the bigger companies do Kickstarters, they usually they're more likely to do one tier because honestly, it's just like, here's our product.
Yeah, it's not even a Kickstarter. It's just they're just selling it to you.
But I thought it was fun, and I got it in an email quite early. I'm like, this looks fun to play. So
a cool name too. I like Farlight. That's kind of neat.
Now let's get a little darker, shall we?
Yes, my first pick is Murder Most Foul. Underline the most. It's not just somewhat foul. It's the most foul.
The most.
Yeah. So this is a murder mystery dinner party game, and this is a pretty well-worn genre, but I've always like really wanted to get into some of them, but my misgivings always come from the fact that
you don't like people.
Well, no, it's not that. They seem like they really are. They end up becoming just kind of role-playing experiences, or either they're just free-form role-playing, or there's like a script you got to stick to, and there isn't as much actually a game there that you can play.
The puzzle solving.
Or something like that. Any kind of social deduction or something. It's a tough balance, I guess. So with this one, I thought it sounds like it might be something that fixes that problem for me. Basically, the one person's the host, one person's the detective, and everyone else is a guest. And all of the guests are trying to murder the host.
So this is Kill Dr. Lucky.
The detective is just going to try to figure out who actually does murder the host. And there's different ways the guests can actually like frame other people. I think it's the kind of thing where you're actually going to be moving between rooms and getting alone with someone to try and either kill them or frame them or something like that. And so there's some deduction, and it's not, even when the game is still going, you don't know. Nobody has to be dead and leave. Nobody, even once they've killed someone, if the detective accuses someone and they didn't do it, they still lose, I think. So like it's you don't want to be suspicious even if you didn't cause the murder. I don't know, all kinds of stuff going on there. But the other thing that makes this kind of neat, it's kind of a gimmick, but I liked it, is that you have at a tier can get a special brand of hot sauce that they have partnered with another company to make called Poison. And the idea is that as part of the game, you can actually, if you manage to put the poison in someone's food or drink and they taste it, they've been killed. And that's one way you can kill someone in the actual game, which I thought is a pretty I mean, it's a gimmick, but I don't know. It seems like a funny idea.
Oh yeah, I mean, I always approve of hot sauce.
Yeah, it's an extra.
Of course, that one time you successfully put it in someone's food, you're like, great, I'm gonna poison them. They get their own bottle of hot sauce to put in, so they don't even know that they the poison.
Could be dangerous if someone's like allergic to hot sauce or something.
Well, I think you check that kind of stuff beforehand.
I'd hope so. You don't tell anyone you're playing this game. And they say it's made with ghost peppers and that it's supposed to be pretty hot. That's what they said. So you can get the paperback is $15, PDF is $10, and with the hot sauce it's $30. So I don't know. Seems pretty neat. Murder Most Foul. And you've got one that I also really want to know about because the name brings together two things that seem almost contradictory to each other. Divinity Derby.
Yes, Divinity Derby comes from Ares Games. In essence, it's the gods got together. You know, they're all drinking, hanging out. You know, Zeus, Ra, everybody.
So all different mythologies.
Yeah, all different mythologies. And unfortunately, you know, as gods get drunk, they argue, and they argued who had the fastest mythological creature. So this is, in essence, a race of all the mythological creatures. The game plays, there's cards, you can see two hands. So you don't have your own hand, you see two hands, and it sort of explains how things are going to move. But it plays, you don't try to get to the first. It's not like you're controlling the dragon, you want to win. It plays like Camel Up when you're actually placing bets.
Okay, that's what I was thinking when you said it sounded like Camel Up.
Well, yeah, so I thought that sounded hilarious. Like, now let's do that with a dragon.
Yeah, I think there's room for some not copy games of Camel Up, but taking that form. I mean, there's been race games before,
And
but
like I said, because of the two hands and the way you play cards, you can see. It's sort of like that. I forget. There's another game that did something similar. I felt when you have like partial information of the person of like the like. So you'd be like sitting at the corners of the table, not the edges.
right.
So there's, which I think adds a really fun development because you can be like, I know Jonathan can see this, but what's over there?
Right. Yeah. And I can't think of any specifically, but I know there's a few games.
I know we've done something
Where
but
you can everybody has access to different parts of information, which is always a good touch, which is interesting because in Camel Up you don't have any information really.
Yeah.
There's just guesswork practically. That sounds pretty
And I
cool.
do love the fact, like I said, even though I'm blanking on the creature, they did pull from some mythologies that aren't as common in board games. So
Yeah.
I always got to prove that.
That one goes for $35, Divinity Derby. And finally, just going to give a quick shout out to a game because we actually did a review on the earlier version of it. Seems like a long time ago now. It was originally called Bar PG. It has been rebranded as Bar Pig. They now have a pig as their mascot. And basically, it's a drinking card game, very small, with fun like party element to it. And
Yeah, we enjoyed it a lot. I remember, you can watch our video, but like one of the things was as a monk, you name something holy, and the other players at the first one to touch it gets a point or something.
yeah, just point to something in the room and they have to find it.
Which is very funny.
So depending on where you're playing it, it could change. And they've upgraded it a little bit. You know, they've added some new rolls. They've tweaked some of the way the dice rolling works and stuff like that to make it a little, I think, it's more seamless. A little.
But check it out.
It is pretty cheap. You can actually, I think they still have right now a tier for early backers that was like $3 to back. Otherwise, I think it's $10 or $12 after that, and then there's more tiers with stretch goals and all that kind of stuff. But so if you want a fun little drinking game, watch our review. Check out Bar Pig. If you enjoyed this video, it was just a snippet of our full-length podcast, which you can find on our YouTube channel every week. So please go ahead, like, and subscribe for more board game-related content coming at you in the future.
And don't forget to check out rollforcrit.com, where we actually sell a lot of the games we talked about, as well as post news and all our other videos. Until then, I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit.